That's Lori. She said hi.
So she's already on?
Yeah. And hi to you, and then she hope we're nice.
So we're live right now.
Yep. Hello. We're gonna get.
Hello.
This is my mom. Her name's Tanya. We're gonna give it a minute to see if other people, not see, they will pop on. But for other people, this is how many people are watching.
Yeah, one.
And sometimes it is wonky and doesn't actually say the number. If the tripod goes down, it's because Luca took it down. Nope, you can't get up here, buddy. So, see, this is what I hate. If it were the other way, we could see like 6 comments.
Yeah.
All at once, but. Have a bite. Thank you. Oh, see, now there's 3 people. Hey, Aaron. So
hello, Aaron.
This is Huga, and this is what we do for her. We go, Huga, Huga, Huga.
Hooga, hooga, hooga.
And that's Bonnie, obviously. She lives in Tennessee. Delson's not here. He's with his Meemaw. And that's Tasha. She moved from Louisiana to Missouri, about 3 hours away.
Oh, wow. Probably a big change, I'd say.
Yeah, she's doing a homestead. Like, she got a building like you did and got some property. And they're living in it with no insulation, electricity, or anything like that.
Well, I've done that before, and that's tough, but it's called rough living, and you can do it. I've done it.
Yeah, they're doing it. She is a CNA.
Oh, nice, nice. I did that for 16 years.
You said you're awesome.
Thank you.
I mean, I guess you know how to read. I don't have to read every comment.
Yeah, no.
I made some fried rice earlier, and it didn't turn out very good, and I was very sad about it. Oh, you're busy. Are you cooking? No, you can't get up here, dude. I haven't got to watch Tasha's video on her savings yet. I'm doing good, Bonnie. It was a rough day, but we're making it. How are you? How's your son that was in that motorcycle accident? I didn't ask you last time I talked to you. Laundry, cooking, same old. What are you cooking? Some kind of fancy thing that I've never heard of before? She's always cooking some kind of.
That's all right. You gotta try new things.
Stuff I can't even pronounce. I'm gonna scoot back so he can sit down and not be in the frame. And then it makes us look the same height.
This is my first YouTube video, y'all. So if I seem awkward, that's why. Oops.
Make people sick.
Make people what?
Sick. No, I drop it all the time. It's fine. They're funny. They'll go, like, I'll drop it and they'll go, ow, my head. I adulted today. Garbage to the road. Oh, thanks for reminding me. I gotta do that too. Dishes done. Hubby and Angel are still sleeping. Yeah, they've got wonky sleeping schedules. They have like insomnia. All right, you can sit up here. It's fine.
I just went to work today and did my regular 8. That's about all I did today.
Sit. If you're gonna be up here, you have to sit.
So if you call that adulting, I adulted too.
I got a full-size gas stove and converted all but one burner to propane.
Heck
Wow,
yeah.
look at you, Tasha. It's nice to have a face to the road.
That's probably meant to be a face to the name, maybe.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Bonnie. Hopefully he'll come around. But, excuse me. Name that road. Don't breathe and swallow at the same time. It doesn't usually work out. Frozen pizza here and cleaned up the kitchen. So, she's here to do our Q&A. I guess I could have put that in the title, but I didn't.
We've been talking about it for a while, and we just got time to do it.
Go, Tasha. You're killing it. Did you get... I haven't watched YouTube hardly at all lately. Have you finished getting your building insulated? You don't have to set off from properly. Relax.
I know I don't. I'm just...
We keep it real.
I'm not being fake. This
I
is
know, I'm
me.
saying, oh, fun, a Q&A. Same, sis. I could either. Y'all could too.
Yeah, whenever we got our building, we had a little tiny building, and I kind of actually loved it, but you got to put all the work into it, putting the insulation, the drywall, the floors, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, only 7 more rolls. You're getting close.
That's not bad. How big of a building did you get?
It has 2 lofts.
Nice, nice, nice.
And they've just been buying what they can with each paycheck. Here.
Too loud most of the time.
Oh, here it's too loud most of the time.
But those are nice little projects. I loved mine whenever I had it.
Yep. So if y'all have any questions for my mom, ask away. I know somebody had a question. I can't remember what it was though.
Here, baby. Come here.
14 by 44.
But oh, that's bigger than the one that I had. I had like a 12 by 24. So that's bigger than the one I had. So that'll be nice. And it kind of took forever for us to get it all done, but
yeah, but they like,
we loved it. I did anyway. It was a nice little place.
They like bought a piece of property that was like all grown up, and they had to like, I mean, they literally camped there their first few nights.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I get it. I mean,
like
it's kinda,
outside of the building.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard living whenever you do that because you don't have any kind of amenities. You got to get the electric and the water and all that kind of stuff. We dug our own water line and buried on our own electric line.
Oh, where's she at? Nova Red. Nova's like the real star of the show. Come on, baby. Your people want to see you. Come here. Precious. Oh, Lori, yeah, she sent me the message about the question. Please don't fall down. Say hello to your fans.
Be careful.
Daddy's not here, buddy.
You don't want to fall off.
I might have to, in about 20, 30 minutes, run him to bed, but we have no power close. Dang.
It'll probably be a while before they can get out there and run the lines, put the pole down there so y'all have electric. They just had to run ours from across the road. So it didn't take much.
Lori's cat and our cat are boyfriend and girlfriend.
How cute. What baby? What baby?
But me and Tasha are hoping that maybe this summer we can meet up in like Branson or Springfield.
That'll be
she
nice.
Just lives on the other side.
That'll be fun.
Then I have another friend. I don't know if she'll be able to pop on here, but she has friends that live in Clinton.
Oh, that's close.
Or family that lives in Clinton. I mean, yeah. And she's thinking about moving there.
Now, who is this?
Sylvester's Tasha, the one that moved here from Louisiana.
Tasha, yeah. So we are completely off grid. We were completely off grid too. And I'm going to tell you, this might be a little bit too much TMI, but I had a 2-holer, which was a cinder block that we used, you know, and then I had an outdoor shower until we could get everything fixed.
It's going to cost $100,000 to get power to their place.
That's ridiculous.
How far out they live. Yeah.
Wow. Crap. Well, we had a generator before we even got electricity.
Well, I think they're trying to do solar.
Well, that's good too. That'll work too. And who is this one?
That's Huga.
Thanks, Huga.
Well, her name on here is Heidi Homestead, but her real
name,
we call her Huga. That Mystic is Lori. And then most other people just go by their names.
Well, I mean, you got to do what you got to do. Yeah, bucket or.
Hey, Marcy. That's Marcy, Lady Bees.
Hey, Marcy. As far as the showers, you just got to do what you can do. I mean, I understand. I've been there. I totally know.
Marcy lives in Texas. Yeah, I told y'all we look exactly alike. Let me put my glasses on, make it more similar. See that double chin I'm always talking about? I'll tell you, I get it from.
I was waiting for somebody to say something like that. I was like, let's see.
Do you all cook together? I know Shannon is a cook. Does Mom cook too? I mean, she cooks.
I cook. We don't cook together, but I do cook. She probably got, some of her cooking skills from me, but not so much, maybe all of them.
So tell us a funny story about Shannon. It's a funny story
me?
About me, yeah.
A funny story about Shannon. Well, I'm sure y'all have already heard the one story. It wasn't such a so funny story about her story in high school. Have y'all heard that story?
Yeah, I heard that one. Let's talk about it.
Well, that's not fair.
That's not funny though. They want a funny one. I have one in mind that I think you're gonna say
You go ahead and start.
from Miss Leona's house.
I don't remember that one.
When I stuck the dandelion up my nose.
Why
You don't remember
that? No, why don't I remember that?
My nose. Maybe because it wasn't as traumatic for you as it was
Probably
for me.
not. Probably not. It was traumatic for you, yes. This isn't a funny story, I don't guess, but I know whenever it was either in kindergarten or first grade. And so I have money in my wallet, right? Whenever you're a kid, whenever you're young, especially kindergarten, 5 years old, you have no idea what the value of a dollar is, right? So you could have $1, $20, $5, $10, $100. Well, she ended up taking like $100 in 20s to school, and she was giving it to her friends. And so the teacher called me, and I don't know, I don't even think that I even realized that the money was gone. But anyway, the teacher called me and said, "Hey, Shannon's giving money out at school, and it's not just a little bit of money." And I took the money back from all the kids, and so I had to go up there and get the money. And then when she got home, I had to be like, "Hey, can't be doing this." So yeah.
I mean, it's kind of
And she never done that again. I mean, it was just innocently, "Hey, I've got some money. I've got some dollar bills."
I mean, it wasn't funny at the time.
No, but it's funny now. I mean, yeah.
Nova almost got sat on because she didn't want to move out of my seat.
Yes, she was. She was definitely trying to share the wealth, and that's all right.
Good night, Tasha.
Good night. Nice to meet you.
What was Lori's question? Lori wanted to know. Oh, she wanted to know, what advice would you give a teenager that you wish you had given me when I was a teenager? That you didn't.
Oh, Lord. You should give me these questions so I could have studied.
Well, that's
instead
not
of being on
real
the
and
spot.
authentic. Just
Well, yeah, it
what's in
is.
your
I mean,
head.
let's see. I don't really know right on the spot, really.
I'll give you a second to think about it.
I don't know, really, to that answer. Are them good? Are them good? Huh?
Lori said that wouldn't be fun. It's got to be off the cuff. But
What would be fun?
if we gave you questions beforehand.
Well, I know. Yes. I mean, I get that.
I know a lot of people wanted to know what I was like as a kid.
Shannon was kind of quiet as a kid, not really loud and boisterous or anything like that. She kind of kept to herself. Not really adventurous that I know of. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of things that I don't know that she did, and that's fine because all kids do that. I did it, I'm not oblivious to teenagers being adventurous and things like that. But she just kind of did her own thing, and she's a pretty good kid.
Only got in trouble at school one time.
Yeah, that one time instead of at band camp, that one time at school.
Yeah. How was our day? It was a shit show, Lori. Not Lori, Marcy. Mine was a shit show.
Mine was a good day. I mean, I went to work. My day went good. It was good.
Lori, I don't think I've come out of my shell per se. I just know I only surround myself with the people that I want to surround myself, and that makes it easier to be myself. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, she's come out of her shell a lot, just being just naturally as you mature and things like that. So yeah, she has. But she's kind of like me. She only wants people to know what she wants them to know, and that's it. And she's not going to go into any detail. And she don't want you to know it, and she's not going to tell you. You know. So
Was Shannon the type to sneak out of the house and cause you gray hairs? I was mouthy. My mom wished me a daughter just like me. LOL. I totally lucked out though.
no, not that I know of. I never caught her sneaking out or anything like that. You know, she really wasn't mouthy or anything like that. She was pretty like quiet and no, really. I mean, she never gave me any trouble at all except for that one time at school, and that was it that I remember.
Well,
She's a pretty good kid.
And also at my house, once you reached a certain age, it was basically like, let me know where you're going. It doesn't like that's it. It was just like, let me know when you're going and when you're gonna be home. And if you're out too late and you don't get up for school in the morning, that's your own fault. Don't call me to take you to school because you missed the bus. Don't ask me to write you a note because you're late.
Right.
So, I mean, I really didn't have to sneak out. If I wanted to go somewhere, I'd just say, hey, Mom, I'm going to do this. I'll be back later.
But I always, whenever they would go somewhere, I'd be like, I want to know where you're going and who you're with. I want the phone number. I want the address. What's the mom and dad's name? And they were always, you're too protective, Mom. Always so overprotective. I'm like, I'm not protective. If you come up missing, I want to know where I need to start looking.
Luca.
He did that on purpose. That's funny.
But no, I swear, I told my mom this the other day, or was I telling my grandma? I swear, I'm paying for my brother's raising, not for mine, because I don't ever. That's Pam. She lives in California.
Hello, Pam. It's nice to meet you too.
Her name is Tanya. Like I never remember talking to my parents the way that Katie talks to me, ever. And if I did, I probably would have been across the room with the spit knocked out of my mouth. So I must be paying for my brother's raising because where I lacked in getting in trouble, he definitely got in trouble enough for the both of us.
Definitely. He took up for, I mean, he took the trouble for both of them, for sure. For sure. I will agree with that. It was a pain in my rear end. I've never done a live, so I'm not very chatty, y'all. So you'll just have to excuse me.
Oh, there's a lot of quiet times in my life because I don't really know what to say half the time either. Luca, no. I was older when I got mouthy. Now my son takes after me as to have the last word. I wouldn't say now that I'm older, I'm mouthy. I just more speak my mind and my opinion instead of keeping it all bottled in. I wouldn't say I'm mouthy. Would you say I'm mouthy
No,
now
I
as
don't
an
think
adult?
that you're mouthy. No, huh? No, definitely not mouthy. I think my oldest made up for all 5 of my children. I mean, he was my.
I don't know. Ashley can get pretty mouthy too.
I mean, Ashley's mouthy, but as far as like, you know, acting out, being mouthy, being, you know, things like that, Steven topped it for everybody. He took everybody's place on that.
Aaron, I think as an adult, I think I've only cooked for my mom one time.
Yeah. Yep, she has.
I mean, of course, I've made things and took them to like family functions, but I've never like cooked a whole dinner.
But she does make amazing cakes. I will tell you that. All the cakes that she's made are amazing.
I made you those cookies.
And those cookies, yes, the cookies were amazing. When she makes birthday cakes, they're good, better than the store.
Of course, they're homemade.
Well, you know what I mean. Some people that make homemade cakes can,
homemade cakes, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Auntie Lori said hi, and she loves you. Say hello. Huh.
Yeah, we've been planning this for a while. We just didn't know, since I get up so early in the mornings and things like that, it's kind of hard for me to come in the afternoons to get the live done. And so we were going to do it the other night, but she's like, well, I usually don't do it till 8 o'clock. I'm like, I'm going to bed. I'm not waiting till 8 o'clock. When you get up at 2 in the morning, have to be at work at 4. It's an early night.
She taught me about, are we gonna, I don't know if you know this, but I made a full video ranting about German chocolate cake.
Oh, why?
And how, because there's so many videos on YouTube of people making German chocolate cake, and it's just a chocolate cake made with Hershey's cocoa. And that is not a German. And then they put the coconut pecan icing on it and want to call it German chocolate cake. And that is not German chocolate cake. You have to use German chocolate.
Yeah.
I did learn that German chocolate does not come from Germany. It's actually named after the guy who invented the chocolate. And I did tell Lori to only use real butter when making dessert.
Well,
what was the other thing
and I don't do a lot of baking. I just do like just regular home cooked meals. I don't do a lot of baking. Shannon specializes in the baking. I don't.
I got the
She
baking.
gets that from her grandma, from
Yeah.
my mom.
And I would definitely prefer to bake than cook. But, I mean, we gotta eat, so. I will have to say, though, since I started my YouTube channel and it's kind of forced me to try new things, I have enjoyed cooking a little more. You want down or up? Make up my mind, kid.
And I like to, now when the kids were growing up and stuff, I mean, I would make homemade dishes and stuff like that, kind of from scratch or whatever. It wasn't a lot of box meals, but I would fix like hamburger helper every now and then,
Shut up!
quick meals, but I like to do a lot of just homemade stuff. Box baker.
Okay, that's funny. That was like the one thing for our birthdays growing up. I don't know if this says anything about my mom's cooking or just of us as children, but I think on our birthdays we got to have whatever we wanted for dinner. And I think a lot of the times we chose to go out to eat.
Either chose to go out to eat, or there was sometimes that I would ask them, hey, what do you want me to cook for your birthday dinner? You know, and then they would tell me, or we would go out, either one. It was their choice.
Usually it was like my brother, was it Steven? Who always wanted rotel chicken?
Yeah. Yeah. He would want rotel chicken, sometimes chicken and dumplings, sometimes chicken Alfredo.
My question
There's
is,
just a lot of different stuff.
my brother's birthday is 7 days before mine. What the heck is he doing requesting chicken and dumplings in the middle of July?
No telling, but that's all right. I would fix it.
What's your favorite holiday?
All right. No pulling here.
What's your favorite holiday?
My favorite holiday would probably be Thanksgiving. That's my favorite holiday. No expectations or anything like that. Just good food and family.
I mean, there is an expectation for good food, though.
I know, but I'm talking like, you know, like you got Christmases or birthdays and things like that. Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. Just to be thankful.
I need to make some more cookies. I haven't made any in a while.
Of course, it's hard to make, like, for me, there's only 2 people at my house, so like baking, even like brownies, cookies, whatever, cakes, whatever, it just kind of goes by the wayside after, you know, you get a bite or 2, then that's it. So I don't do a lot of baking.
Well, that's why you make the cookie dough and then you can
I'm
freeze
afraid
it.
you're gonna fall off back there,
You
dude.
can freeze cookie dough.
Well, I know, but I'm not putting all that work into for 2 people. I'm not home making cookies for 2 people.
I'll put all that effort in just for myself.
Well, that's okay.
And I
but
don't
see,
share.
you do the baking. I'm not the baker.
I don't share.
What are you doing there? What are you doing up there?
I can't
Don't
look at
fall
this.
off of that.
I can't look at the screen with my glasses on.
Why?
Yes, it's hard to cook for 2, then 6.
Well, how about cooking for 7 and then cooking for 2?
Yeah, but you had like a transition from 7 to 2 because all your kids slowly started leaving the house.
Yeah, but still, it's hard to get from that cooking for 7 and then cooking for 2, because you go from cooking a whole thing of spaghetti noodles, which is a whole bunch, to like only a handful.
I'll do y'all even better. Go from cooking for 11 and literally overnight only cooking for 4. That's what happened when I got married. We lived with my husband's sister, and they have 8 children. Oh no, so 14, and then cooking for 4, because we moved out and his mom moved with us, and it was just me, my husband, Katie, and my husband's mom. So I went from cooking for 14 to cooking for 4 overnight. That was fun. And see, I've always grown up cooking for, to me, a significant amount of people, 7, 14, you know. So when I got married and moved into my own house and only had to cook for 4 people, I was like, how do you do this? How do you not make enough to feed an army?
So I would cook a meal whenever my kids would live. I would cook dinner. And then if they did not like what I fixed, they could fix their own self something like noodles, burritos, pizza rolls, or something like that. And then through the week, once a week, we would have fend for yourself, and they could just pick whatever they wanted. But I didn't cook different meals for my
Well,
kids.
see, her husband, they have like medical eating.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So why do you private the live
Well,
after?
I probably won't do this one since he's not in it too much. Usually if the kids are in it, I'll private it.
Gotcha.
Or like if people start getting like up into like their personal stuff going on at home, I private it, because I want this to be a safe place for people to come and like talk about their problems, talk through them, and they don't have to worry about it getting out to the whole world. So if they start doing that, if they do that, then I private it, because I want them to feel comfortable sharing.
Yeah.
You know. I mean, when I get into my personal shit, I don't, because I don't care.
Yeah.
You know, but
Like it or you don't. Too bad.
well, and here's the thing. I leave it up because I want people to know they're not alone if they stumble upon it in the future. You know.
Yeah.
You know.
For sure.
But I think somebody else asked me. I can't remember who it was. I can't remember if it was in a comment or a message on Instagram. They asked me if there was any topic you wished you were more open about with your kids when they were growing up. Like whether that be sex, mental health, but different types
Probably
of
mental health for sure.
different types of religion.
Sex. I always had the sex talk with my kids. I did not care. I thought that was something that they needed to know. As I was growing up, nobody taught me. I didn't have the sex talk with anybody. And so I even one time got down and I found pictures, and I'm like, look, this is what can happen to you if you have sex unprotected. I showed them pictures of AIDS, herpes, syphilis, gonorrhea, all that kind of stuff, and I always wanted them to be able to come to me and, hey, Mom, I'm sexually active, so, okay, let's do what we need to do to help prevent a lot of this.
I didn't though. My biological father, I think, had to tell my mom.
I bet it does make it a lot easier for her to be able to make it herself. It does.
Kevin told you, right? That I was sexually active. I didn't. Or did he like?
I
tell
don't
me,
remember.
If you don't tell her, I will.
I don't know.
It was something like that.
Maybe it was
until
something
I finally
like
told
that.
her.
But I mean, their father wasn't in their life until they were 15 and 16. So.
And then I went on birth control and everything was fine. So. Now my boyfriend's mom at the time wasn't so happy when she found out.
Do what?
My boyfriend's family at the time. Brandon's family.
Oh well.
His mom wasn't very happy. Yes, it is definitely a family here, Aaron. Well, that's nice. I can't wait until my kids are old enough to cook actual food. Side note, so I don't forget to tell you later. Gotta call the doctor tomorrow. No headache today. Well, that's good. Yeah, if my migraines keep coming as frequent as they have been lately, I'm gonna have it checked out by the doctor again too, just to be safe.
She's had headaches like this for when she was little, probably from 12 on up, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Where are you going? It's not bedtime yet. You still got 15 minutes. Oh, that'll be the day, Aaron, when I have no more butts to wipe.
Be thankful for that, y'all. Be thankful for them butt wipings. I mean, I know it's good to get out of them, but when your kids are all gone and away from home, you miss it. That's for sure.
Delson will run in here and tell me he needs his butt wiped, and then he'll try and play hide and seek.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm like, you can't play hide and seek with poop on your butt. You're gonna get poop all over my
Right.
hand.
Well, he's old enough. He should know how to wipe his butt.
We're working on it. He's just lazy. He doesn't want to do it himself. Did you just say dumb? I think he just said dumb. Any more questions? Can you believe we've done this for 30 minutes?
I know. It doesn't seem like it's been 30 minutes.
It never does. Seems like these go by so fast. Really? Noah and Maddie had doctor's appointments today. Noah's spleen back to normal, but got a follow-up with GI doctor. They both got shot. I was like, got shits. Maddie got 4 shits. What does that even mean? I'm glad his spleen is back to normal, and I hope everything at the GI doctor comes back good. With just one kid, it's weird. Except for it really doesn't feel much different because Luca's always climbing all over me anyways, and that's still what he's doing. It's just a little extra quiet. Like, even yesterday with it just being Zach, or the other day when you hear it just being Zach gone, because, we're pretty used to Caden not being here. It just feels like somehow extra quiet. So he did have mono. We both had mono when we were both 4.
Yep. It was really weird too because I had it at 4, and then whenever she was 4, she had the same symptoms or signs, and then I was like, no way. That's kind of crazy. And they call it the kissing disease, but you don't have to kiss anybody to get it.
That's what they should call whooping cough, is the kissing disease.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, you can't have that. Get that here. You will be bouncing off the walls. No thanks.
Dadgummit. Take all the fun out of
We
it.
go back Tuesday to re-swap Katie for strep. And as of yesterday, her Mimi said her lymph nodes hadn't gone back down yet, so probably be getting an ultrasound on those too. And probably blood work. So
I think everything will be all right, though. It just take a little bit. And it might have been a real bad case, and she just might not have been in pain or anything like that. So it might have been worse than.
I don't remember how long it took me to recover from mono. Did I have to go to the hospital?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
Which one of my sisters had to go to the hospital for pneumonia?
None of them.
Yes, one of them was in the hospital.
Not with pneumonia. Kristen had to go because she had strep throat really, really bad.
As a tiny baby? I thought one of them was in the hospital as like a tiny baby.
No. Mm-mm.
Kristen also had to go to the hospital because she poured nail polish in her eyeballs.
That was scary. That was scary. I was sitting at the table doing fake nails, and I was painting them, and I had a bottle of nail polish sitting there on the edge of the table, which I shouldn't have.
Kind with a sponge in it that you just stick your nail in and swirl it.
Yeah, she just reached up and dumped it on her, got it in her eyes, in her mouth, and all that kind of stuff. So I rushed her. Thank goodness it was non-acetone.
And that's when we lived only like a mile from the hospital, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Wendy! That's my friend Wendy. She lives in
Hello,
Georgia.
Wendy.
She hasn't been on lately because she's been super busy working 2 jobs. How's Mark feeling? Her husband just had surgery.
Oh, goodness.
Is it the second one or the third one? In like a span of like 6 months.
It was very scary because I had no idea. I didn't know. I mean, I think I had fake nails, so I had to be the non-acetone, but still with non-acetone, you never know. And it was super scary. Hey.
Her name is Tanya. I guess I could have told you that when I said hi to you. Third, isn't it? I think it's, yeah, third. It's his third surgery since like August.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's a lot of surgeries within a short amount of time like that.
Yeah. What is it?
6 or 7 months.
See, I only had like one traumatic injury in my whole life, and that was getting hit in the face when I was like 5.
Oh yeah, that
Was
was
I 5
terrible.
or was I younger?
No, you was like 4. You was like 4 and Stephen was 5.
And then Kristen got the stuff in her eye. Isn't Kristen also the one who got her hand smashed in the car?
Yes. But she didn't have to go to the doctor or anything.
Oh, I lied. I thought I was for sure you were going to tell this funny story, and I just remembered it.
The one about the curling iron?
No,
Which one?
the one on Pinchin Mountain. When I opened the door of the car.
Look, that was in Mark's parking lot.
I thought that was on the dirt
No.
road when I opened the door to the car while you were driving down the road.
Yeah, she liked to try to like jump out of the car while we was going down the road, and it's just like, oh my God.
Dang, Wendy, I'm praying still that they got all the cancer. He had tongue cancer.
Tongue?
Yeah.
Wow.
That they only found because he bit his tongue and it wouldn't heal.
Really?
That's the only way they found it.
Wow.
Yeah. Crazy, huh?
So sorry to hear about that. Yeah.
And then also, what was the other one I was thinking about? That was another one I was just thinking. I can't think of it now. What happened in the Harps parking lot? We didn't have a Harps.
You or Price Cutter at the time.
Price Cutter, yeah.
It was either you or Kristen sitting in the front seat of the car, and we were pulling into Price Cutters. And of course, you go down that little bitty hill and turn to park. And I can't remember if it was you or Kristen. Opens the door. They're hanging out like this right here.
That wasn't me. I did it on the dirt.
Scared the crap out of me.
The dirt road when we lived on Pinchin Mountain.
So one of them was Shannon. One of them was Kristen. And I have a son, oldest son. I have a youngest son. And I have 3 daughters in the middle. And Shannon's the oldest daughter. Kristen's my middle daughter. And Ashley is the youngest. And so Shannon opened the door on the gravel road. Okay. Kristen opens the door going into the Price Cutter parking lot, almost falling out of the car. And of course, you know how parents are. You're reaching over here trying to grab them and all that kind of stuff. And then my youngest daughter, whenever my youngest son was like 3 months old, right?
Mind you, he's a preemie.
He's a preemie. He weighed 3 pounds, 11 ounces. He was in the hospital for 6 weeks after he was born, all this and that. So put all the kids in the van, thought they were in the seat belts and all that kind of stuff. Joey was in his car seat, and we have this big, older, I don't know if y'all know, I've ever seen an Astro van, but anyway, those big ones. And so I forgot my phone upstairs in the apartment. So I'm like, okay, no big deal. The kids are in their car seats and all that kind of stuff. Mind you, we lived on a hill that was kind of like,
yeah, our driveway was like
that.
This.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, everybody's going to be all right. I'm going to run upstairs. I'm going to get my phone. I'm going to come right back. Right. 15 seconds. Well, I'll go upstairs. I get my phone. I come back down. I see my van rolling back down the driveway. And for a split second, you think like a millisecond. And I just take off running. And I don't know how I did it. Honestly, by God's grace, that's the only way that I know. And the door was close to the van. So I take off running. There's this ditch that is going in. I end up opening the door, getting in the van and stopping it. I have no idea. Only by the grace of God. Don't know how I got run over. Didn't get run over or nothing.
Okay, so here's our apartments, and then our driveway was flat, and then there was a hill that went to the road. There was a hill that went to the road, but then there was another hill, and it was a grassy hill, and that hill led into the major highway
Yes.
that goes through our town.
Yes. Yes. And when I got out the door, I screamed. My ex-husband comes out of his apartment wondering what's going on, and I'm just like starting for the van. I don't know. It's beyond me. But yeah.
And then I also thought you were going to tell the story of the time where we traumatized Kristen living up in Chicago.
Yeah, when it was storming outside.
My sister's still terrified of thunderstorms.
They took her cup and put it outside, made her go get it, and then they locked the door whenever she went outside. And I wasn't home.
Until about 2 years ago, she thought Kristen locked herself outside until we told her the story.
What? What?
Hey, give me Granny's chapstick. You'll choke on that. I'm trying to think what else.
Yeah, I was glad that it work turned out okay too, because I think that was the most scariest one, because 2 of my children in there. And those things, like whenever you take them out of gear or whatever, you're supposed to be able to push the brake and take it out of gear, and you can't take it out of gear unless you push the brake. This one was broke. Man, she just got up there, pulled it down. And she was like 5.
What year was she born?
02.
So I was born in 93.
Yeah, you were 9.
She was 3.
She was 3.
Ashley
Well,
was
she was 3. Yeah.
Ashley was born in 99.
And of course, I couldn't get on to her for that because she didn't know. She's 3. 3-year-olds don't know. It's my irresponsibility, really.
Yeah, right. Because Kristen was born in 97.
Yeah.
And Ashley was born in 99.
Yeah, so she was 3.
Crazy. I don't think of any other funny things that we did as kids.
He is. He's being a good boy. Grocery getter. I'm not sure what that is.
I grew up playing in the back of a grocery getter. I don't know what that is either. With no car seat.
I grew up with no car seats too. Yes, they are very different. Very different. Station wagon. Gotcha.
Oh, here's your phone. He ran off with it.
My aunt and uncle, they had a station wagon where they had like the seats that went this way in the back, and you can talk back and forth to each other like this right here. It was great. We thought it was the coolest thing back then. Now it's like, I don't know if I want to be seen in something like that, but it was the coolest thing back then.
Well, see, Aunt Dee used to have that van you could lay the back seat down in.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. I would be cut in one of those. I would live in one of those. All right, I got a question. Did I ever do anything to like really embarrass you? And you thought, oh man, I could never come back here again, or I could never see these people again?
No, never did. No. I'm not easily embarrassed though, I do know one time that Shannon probably might have already told y'all, but I wanted her to be in the Fair Beauty Review.
I've talked about it.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
And
I think.
Anyway, I just wanted for her to experience that, and she experienced that, and she didn't like it. She didn't have a good time or anything like that, So.
I had no interest in doing it, but I did it anyways. What cans?
Cars, I'm thinking.
Oh, yeah.
I bet they were. Turn around, lay down.
Smelling. I'm like, what is that smell? Is that eucalyptus?
Yeah. Birch bees, eucalyptus, cooling eucalyptus, and they're good. Oh, the vans, yeah.
I have another question. Because, when you have children, sometimes you watch them grow and you think, oh, that's what they're going to do when they grow up. What did you think I was going to do when I grew up?
I really didn't know, because you really wasn't like interested in one certain thing all the time. It's not like, oh, I like animals and I want to be a veterinarian. No, you wasn't really. We had pets and stuff like that as growing up, but you wasn't like an animal lover. You do love animals, but not whenever you're younger, and you definitely was not interested in nursing or anything like that. Because I was a CNA. That wasn't your thing. So I really wasn't for sure, because you really wasn't interested in one thing more than the other.
I didn't really get into baking and cooking and like I mean I cooked because I had a lot of siblings and my parents worked all the time, so I cooked starting at a very young age, but I didn't really start like really enjoying it
Yeah.
and getting into baking until I was what, probably 12, 13,
Yeah. Yeah.
when Miss Bert LaRue gave me that
Yep.
Hershey's cookbook.
Yep.
I wish I still
Yep.
had that thing.
Yep. Sure did. Yeah. She was a teacher at Berryville, and then I took care of her whenever I was a CNA at the long-term care facility, and she took and she liked all my kids. And Shannon, I told her that Shannon liked baking and stuff like that, that she had just started out. And so she either had it already or she ordered it, and she gave her a Hershey's chocolate cookbook.
My first one, and I don't have it anymore. Yeah. Good night, Aaron. And I think that was, I mean, obviously I had interests growing up. Like I ran track for a year. I played in the band for a year. I think I never actually played basketball, but I was on the team for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, because I will tell you this about Shannon, and I don't know if she's ever told you about this
I'm not very
about
graceful.
herself. She is not very graceful. I mean, she was clumsy as a child, maybe not as much as an adult, but she was clumsy as a child.
Yeah.
Very clumsy. So I don't think, not that she couldn't have done it, but running down the basketball court or the volleyball court or something like that. I mean, she probably could have tripped on her own feet.
I mean, I liked running track, but I started running track in a year, like, was it 8th grade?
I believe it's 7th.
7th grade, I started running track, and my mind was just elsewhere in 7th grade. I enjoyed it, and to this day, if I could go running, I think I still enjoy running. It's been like 4 years, but I didn't like any sport that has to do with a ball coming at your face. No, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
My cousins played or one of them played softball. Did Ryan play? No.
No.
My cousin played softball for a long time. I just can't. Balls coming at a fast pace towards my face. No thanks. Mm-mm.
Well, and I wasn't a sports person whenever I was young either. I played on the volleyball team, but I mean, I didn't run track. I didn't play basketball. I didn't do hardly any of the sports at schools or anything like that. I did track for a little bit, and that's about it. So I wasn't a sports person either.
I think maybe though it's also probably because I was traumatized at my brother's t-ball game one time. It's probably has something to do with it.
Yeah, maybe.
But I'm just starting to realize I was a boring kid. I didn't want to do dance. I didn't want to do sports.
Yeah, you really never did. If you wanted to do something, you never said, "Hey, mom."
I didn't want to do Girl Scouts. They wanted to hold me back in kindergarten.
They did want to hold her back because they said that she wasn't mature enough, and I'm like, and this was coming from a Miss Thompson. She's not mature enough in reading and things like that. And I told Miss Thompson, I'm like, we will do anything that we've got to do, and she will pass kindergarten. You are not holding her back. And she never failed a grade after that, and she graduated
On time. Oh, don't tell me your name. I'm gonna get this wrong. Is it Becky? Is your name Becky? I don't think it's Becky. Golden Coin. I think I just totally got that wrong. But for some reason, Becky is popping into my brain. I know that's not.
Come
Granny
here.
saved.
Come here. You're all right. We got you. I saved you.
Saved your life.
You about bit the dust, buddy.
I'm gonna run and put him down for bed. Y'all talk to my mom. If she tells you what her name is, remember it. So I can remember. For some reason, I'm thinking it's Becky, but I don't think it's actually Becky.
I don't know. We kind of moved a lot too, but I think.
Well, we lived in one town. Well, I lived. My sister.
Yeah, we lived in one town for a long time, and they all went to school at the same school for a long, long time. Shannon graduated and went to the same school her whole school year. But kind of after that, Shannon, Beth. But my younger 3 kids, they went to more schools because we kind of moved around a lot. But yeah, I mean, there's pros and cons to moving and stuff like that. You know, they get kind of they get more. Oh, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't even think of the word that I'm looking for. But anyway, they get to experience more lifestyles, more different people and things like that because our small little community is just kind of, you know, kind of blanketed.
Almost forgot my book for a second. Oh, hi, Becky. No, not Becky. Beth. Duh.
You know,
What? No. It's Huga. Wendy. Haiji's name is Huga. Um. How do you like sharing your birthday week with not one but two of your children?
that's kind of the best birthday present you can have, you know.
2 years in a row, she got the same
2
birthday
years,
gift.
yes, yes. 3 days before my birthday, I had my first child, and then 4 days after my birthday, I had my second child. They were and exactly a year and a week apart. Because when you're young, when you're and dumb and stupid, and you don't listen to what like the doctors say, they're like, "Be careful, because you're more fertile after you have a baby." I was like, "Yeah, whatever." Yeah, well,
What she's
needless to
saying is
say,
she didn't learn what causes that to happen the first time.
yeah, or the third, or the fourth, or the fifth, I guess. You know.
I hated sharing my birthday with my brother growing up. He was always so mean to me.
He was. I mean, he was mean to everybody, though. He was a mean little turd whenever
But
he
see,
was
we were
growing
best
up.
friends, right? Me and Steven? Until we were like 8.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, when it first started out, I mean, if he had a cookie and you didn't, he was halving his cookie and giving it to you because if sister didn't have a cookie,
Well, let me rephrase that. I think me and my older brother were thick as thieves until our friend Aaron passed away. I think that's kind of when, um, you know,
yeah,
things
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
started getting bad for him.
yeah. I mean, because he had attitude and anger issues and all those kinds of things, and it took a long while to get over them. But
I mean, don't get me wrong. We had our moments as small children, but it didn't really start getting tumultuous until. So we were what, 10 and 11?
well, I'd say 11 to 15, 16.
Was Joey born yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, you hadn't been back from Russellville for very long, right? When that happened?
When what?
When Aaron passed away.
Oh,
Is that
I don't know. No, I don't even know that I had Joey then. No, did I have Joey then?
you?
How old was Steven?
I'm
13?
trying to think. We were 10. I think we were 10 or 11. 10 and 11. I think it was 2000 or yeah 2003 that Aaron passed
So Joey was just,
away. Yeah, I think y'all had just
yeah.
moved back
Joey was still
because you
little,
were
not
back
even a
working
year.
at the nursing
Yeah,
home,
yeah. I remember
and you
getting the
came home
call.
from work.
I remember getting the call
Yeah.
at work. Yeah.
Oh, you need me to look at something? Hold on. No, that's not it. Mine had a piece of peanut butter and chocolate mousse pie on the front.
Yep.
Yep, it had a picture of like a slice of peanut butter and chocolate mousse pie. Mom must have been young when she had her children. Say that because she still looks young. You were
Thank you.
17? No, 8. You were just
I
fixing to
was,
turn
yes.
18 when you had Steven and just turned 19
Yep.
when you had me.
Yep. I was 3 days away from my 18th birthday, and then 4 days after my 19th birthday. So yeah, I was young. I was young. Yeah.
But
And
see,
thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that
Grandma
compliment.
was only 17 when she got pregnant with Uncle Richie.
She was 16 when she got pregnant with Uncle Richie. I believe so. Yeah. Because that's why they got married when she was so young, because she was pregnant with Uncle Richie.
17.
Okay, if that's what she said.
Because how old is Uncle Richie? 50.
Mhm.
Grandma will be 67. So 17.
So
No,
she had him when she was 17.
Yeah, that's what I said. She had him when she was 17.
She had to be pregnant with him when she was 16.
Because he was born right after her.
Exactly.
So he'll be 50 and she'll be 17.
Yes. 57. Yeah. Yes.
67. That's what
yes.
Yep. And then we just like to have kids young in our family. Yes. You'll have to wait a minute.
And I think there's advantages to having kids when you're young and advantages
Second.
when you're older.
I think I just texted the wrong person.
I think you did too.
Oh well.
But there's advantages to having them young or having them when you're older, you know. So
Yeah. Let me send to him.
I could have swore it said something else, but oh well. Oh well.
Yeah. But
I mean, sometimes when you have your kids when you're young, you kind of learn as you go with them. Well,
besides Emmy, I think I'm the one who waited the longest to have children.
Yeah.
I mean, because Uncle Richie and Aunt Dee had Chelsea pretty young.
Yeah. I was the first to have them, and then Uncle Rich and Aunt Dee, and then Emmy. And then
No. Uncle Richie was about the same age as me when he had Chelsea. Because he was 2 years older than me. And she's 2 years
younger than you.
A year or two younger than me, yeah. Because she's between me and Kristen.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But you guys got any more questions before we hop off here? I gotta call my husband back here in a minute.
I can't believe it's almost been an hour. Wow.
Isn't it fun?
It goes by fast.
Talking to people you don't know.
Right.
And I'm sure we can do this again in the future.
Kind of helps that I had a nap today too, but I'll still be ready to go to bed whenever it's,
How old were
8
you?
o'clock, 7:30.
How old were you when you became a grandma?
How old was I when I became a grandma?
Riley's
Oh my.
11.
Riley is 11 now, so I was 30. Oh my God.
36, almost
37.
Almost 37.
36.
Are you still doing Friday nights? Yes, I will still be doing my live on Friday night. Tomorrow night. Yep. This was just a bonus Jonas because, well, we've been wanting to do this, and also I didn't have a video to put up today, so. Bonus Jonas.
Yeah, and we had mentioned it a long time ago, but
Yeah.
we just got around
People
to
been
doing it.
asking me, when are you going to do that Q&A? I said, when we get to it.
It's
When we
hard.
both have time.
Right. Your hubby's not here. Mine's out of town working, so it's, kind of one of those things. Ashley's working an overnight.
No, I think it would be fun.
Gypsy's gonna have puppies again.
Are you gonna get Boo Boo fixed?
I don't have Boo Boo anymore. She's at Helen's.
Why?
So I just have Gypsy.
When did you get Boo Boo to Helen?
Oh,
Isn't that
about
where
6
you got
months
her
ago.
from?
No, I got her from Gilbert, her brother.
Oh.
Her brother. So yeah, my puppy, my puppy, which she's 4 years old, I'll call her puppy because she's only like 4 pounds. She's gonna have babies. She has 2 babies at a time, so I'm excited about that. She's a little Yorkie.
I have too many dogs.
But I think I'm gonna get my male fixed after this. Pretty sure. Instead of getting her fixed, I think I'll get him fixed.
Which one's older? She older?
Baxter.
Oh, Baxter.
Baxter's over, yeah. All right, everyone. Well, I think it's been an hour, so I'm gonna hop off of here. It's been great. It's went by fast.
I am too. I gotta call Zach back. He just tried to call me. I'm sure he wants to tell Luca good night.
Hope everyone has a good night. Bye. Nice meeting you all.
I will see you guys tomorrow. I love you. I'm praying for you. And I hope you have a good night. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.